Hi, creative friends. This is Soraya, and thank you so much for being here. So I took a couple of days off from all things art. Well, mostly. I still did my Instagram posts, and I still piddled around a little bit, but I did not mess around at all in my studio, like painting. I mean, I might have just cleaned up my desk or whatever, but it's really good to do that sometimes because it just gives us a little bit of a break, a breath of fresh air, inspiration, and all of the lessons that we have learned thus far. It gives us a chance to assimilate all of those ideas and concepts when we give ourselves a little bit of a break. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. But anyways, I wanted to show you guys a few of these other portraits that I'm working on, and they're just in, various stages excuse me, of completion. And I'm just trying out different colors, different color schemes, combinations, palettes, cools versus warms, etc., etc. So, I'm really liking some of these, and like I really am loving this one over here. I don't know, there's something about the eyes that are pulling me in. There's something about the colors, the values. I'm really loving that. This one I'm not really liking it so much, but I was just trying out new things. This one is a lot of gray on here, which is not something I normally do, but I'm pushing myself. And this one over here is kind of a new concept, and it's about the planes of the face. So you can see with this one, I'm kind of like looking at things more in terms of values and the warms and the cools, and also neutrals. Because, when we adjust things just a little bit, it changes the planes of the face, how we're going to read whether something is going back, whether it's tilting, whether it's coming forward, etc., etc. So I've just been experimenting with all these different kind of things. And I am going to jump right into this portrait over here, which, is kind of looking like a bit of a hot mess, but that's okay. Like I said, we're okay with the hot mess situation. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just start laying down some colors. And because I've been working on the planes of the face in that one portrait I've been showing you, I'm going to try to kind of incorporate some of what I've been learning. But I think that would be a whole new video where I talk about the planes of the face. But see, I'm moving my brush like backwards and forwards, like I'm moving it this way, because like the forehead does kind of lay more flat. Like if you take, two of your fingers and kind of lay it on your forehead, this part over here, it does lay flat. And then like these parts, they kind of start curving. So for the flat part, I want to kind of go like this, just like I would if I'm doing a shadow on my still life. I did talk about that when I talked about still lifes. But anyways, I'm not going to complicate things. And I'm still like, working on my, I'm kind of refining what I know about planes of the face. So I'm just going to like lay down some colors and try to just kind of like, bring some of these parts into focus here. And, working in this way is not for everybody, you guys. I actually am loving this. It's just so interesting to me, and I never know what's going to happen. But it can be a bit tedious because there's a lot of push and pull. Like, I might work on this for like 2 or 3 days and obsess about it. And then I might just come in and cover this whole thing up. Not the whole thing up, but I might just kind of come in and cover up the eyes with, my Payne's Gray. And that's okay. Like, I don't mind doing that, but I know working in this way is not for everybody. But what I find is when I am doing that and I push and I pull, I get like such interesting things happen. It's like I couldn't even plan for it. And that's the beauty of mixed media, I think. Now, I do think the eyes are set up a bit too far up on the face, honestly. And it's kind of weird. I just said that. I said I might come in and just cover that whole thing up with with the Payne's Gray. And I might do that, honestly, you guys, because I'm feeling like the eyes are set. Like I like the nose and the mouth, but I feel like the eyes are just set up too high. So I'm gonna adjust it. And I learned this a long time ago, you guys, like from an art teacher who is a really good artist as well. And she said, you know, we what did she say exactly? We have to defer to the final image. We have to sacrifice everything for that final image. And a lot of times that includes sacrificing our ego, sacrificing what we think is right. Like, you know, like I'm not gonna, like once I realize like, hey, I think maybe I need to move the eyes down a little bit, I'm not gonna keep on going with you know, with where the eyes are. I'm not gonna do that. Like I'm gonna have to sacrifice my my ego, you know, like, oh, I thought that was there, but you know, it's not there. So it's okay. It's okay. What we want is the final image to be, you know, where it needs to be. So I think actually that is probably better. And now I'm going to move the hairline down here. Okay, and what I am going to do is I'm going to lay in some browns for the hair here. So this segment of the video, it seems like I'm just blocking in a lot of stuff. Like I'm just kind of like putting down some colors, and let's see here. And because I moved the hairline down, I need to like kind of adjust the top of the hair as well. And I'm gonna use my Payne's Gray over here. So you guys, one of the things I really love doing is going outside, and especially now because it's fall, I just love looking at the trees and the different colors of leaves. And but I mean anytime really. I mean summer's amazing, spring is amazing, like at any time. Just going outside, and I get so much inspiration from my color palettes. Because you know, if I think, oh well, these colors would never go together, but then I see them in nature and I'm like, oh my god, they look beautiful, and it just gives me inspiration and ideas for my own palette, and I just love doing that. And you know, I'm out walking, and I'm just like paying attention to different colors and values and all of those good things. And then I come back to my studio and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so inspired. So just wanted to kind of throw that out there. And yeah, this is looking pretty juicy, pretty a big juicy mess, which is okay. And so what I'm gonna do here is I'm just going to start, I'm not gonna mess with the eyes because I want that all to dry naturally, but I'm gonna work a little bit on the rest of the face here. And I'm kind of gonna work a bit like quickly because I don't want to overthink anything. I want to keep this kind of loosey-goosey situation going for right now. I mean, even if I tighten things up later, I want things to be loose right now. And I like some of this writing peeking in here. I don't want to mess with this wet Payne's Gray because it will turn into a big, maybe not a good mess. Okay, and I'm just gonna kind of go like, see, and already that Payne's Gray is leaking into this, which I don't want that to happen. So anyways, you guys, I'm going to stop this right now, and I'm going to allow this to completely dry. And that's another thing about when I'm working in this way, is I don't want to use a heating tool. I mean, I do, like when I do my my time lapses and I post it in my shorts, I do use the heating tool because I have to, because I'm videotaping it. But in general, I like things to dry naturally because I just get the most delicious color feels. So anyways, you guys, if you've watched all the way to the end, thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.